Hello students, welcome back to our practical session. This is practical on the basis of functions and it is part 3. Okay, before watching this video, you should watch functions part 1 and part 2. Now see, let us begin with first function, which is known as constant function. See, according to definition of constant function, if we have any kind of function y which is equal to f of x and its value is any constant k and k belongs to real number, then we can find out graph for this particular function. So see, in front of you there are few values of k. See, you can make your graph for k as like this. If I am going to change k, then it will become like this. You can see the difference between values of k's, where k is constant. Now see, at that time my domain is set of real number, which is minus infinity to plus infinity, and range is depends on that particular k. It means suppose my graph on exactly, if I want graph on exactly 2 or 1, 2. So if my value of k is 2 here, that time I can say that range for this function, my range for this function is 2 only. If I have to plot my value of k 3 here, so at that time what is range for this, for k equal to 3? It's 3 only. Okay, so let us see second function, which is known as identity function. This is your first function, constant function. In left hand side you can see f be the function, which is y equal to 3, and 3 is nothing but our constant function. So let us see second function, which is known as identity function. So for identity function, what is the definition of identity function? I have f of x in the form of x in identity function. So y equal to x, if I am choosing, see in front of you there is graph for this function, how it looks. Now if I want to plot points on graph, suppose my x is 1, then according to identity function y equal to x, so if my x is 1, I will get y in the form of 1. If my x is 2, then I will get y in the form of 2. If my x is 3 here, at the same time I will get y in the form of 3 only. You can apply your this logic with your negative values and see the structure of graph. See, this graph is passing through origin, okay, and this structure of graph is straight line. So if I want to talk about domain and range for this graph, then we can say that what is domain here? Domain is nothing but set of real numbers, because x-axis, whole points which are lying on x-axis, these are my domains. And range, what about range? You can see this line passing through origin up to infinity, we can stretch that line. Okay, left hand side of the graph shows the points. See, you can see the order pairs in the form of 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, minus 1 minus 1, minus 2 minus 2, minus 3 minus 3, 0 0. That indicates the points which are lying on that line, and this is nothing but identity function, structure of graph for identity function. Okay, so let us see with new function, how it becomes on graph. You can plot any kind of function on graph. See, if my function y is in the form of some different function, suppose I want square function. What is mean by square function? If my value of y is x square, if I have y which is equal to x square, see, you can see the graphical structure of square function as like this. This is the graph in front of you for square function. See the magic, how it works. Graph, if you have any kind of graph, observe things nearby zeros. See, okay, wait, I will show you one magic here. See, exactly left hand side and right hand side of zeros indicates 1 and minus 1 here. Okay, if I am going inside, then it will become like this, 0.5. Then now see the magic, 0.1. Now between this 0.1 and 0, again I have decimals in the form of 0.05. When I am stretching this again and again, then if you are observing values between 0 and 1, you will get your decimals increased by zeros. It means first of all I have 1, then I have 0.1, then 0.001, then 0.0001, as like this my values lies on graph. C. See, decimal, place of decimal will be changing here. You can see nearby 0 there is 0.0001. See, keep in mind this thing for your next chapter, which is limits. On the basis of this concept, you want to learn limit. Now see, the domain for this graph is, again we can say that it is real number, set of real number. It moves from minus infinity to plus infinity. And what is range here? See, you can see point of intersection here between x-axis and curve. This is my point of intersection. Point A is my point of intersection between curve, and this structure of curve is known as parabola. Keep in mind this thing. Structure of curve is known as parabola, opening upwards and with vertex at origin. Okay, so it's symmetric about y-axis and its function is y equal to x square. Now see the range. If I have this point A is my vertex at origin, then my range moves from 0 to infinity. Now range is nothing but values of y's. So it passing through origin, that's why my graph, my curve, my parabola is passing through origin. That's why I can say that range for this particular function y equal to x square is closed bracket 0 to infinity, infinity with open bracket. Keep in mind this thing for this function. Now let us discuss with the next function, new function, cube function. See, when you are watching this video, you how to open your textbook. Also on page number 111 there is cubic function. So how it works, let us see. If you have y equal to x cube, see I have this function y equal to x cube. Now in front of you graph for this function. See, its values moves like this, and domain for this function is real number, set of real numbers, and range is again set of real number. You can see that if I am substituting value of x, then I will get value of y in the form of real number only. And structure of graph is as like this. It moves up to infinity, upward direction and downward direction, to upward direction and to downward direction. You can see how it decreased and increased. See, if I am substituting value of 1 is here, 1 value of 1 at that time, 1 cube represents 1 only. See, if I have 1, then where is 1 here? This is my point. 1 cube is 1. See, again if I have minus 1, then see the structure of graph is as like this. If I have minus 1, value of x is minus 1. See, you can see your points here. So minus 1 cube, what is value of minus 1 cube? It is again minus 1. So as like this you can make your graph. If I have 0 in place of x, then 0 cube is nothing but 0. That's why it is moving from this, and you can take values as like this. See, how it looks. This is the graphical structure of your this function. Okay, now let us see the graphical structure of next point or next function. Which one is linear function? Now what is meant by linear function? Linear function we are going to discuss on particular example of linear function, any kind of example of linear function. Let us see how it works. Suppose I have y in the form of x plus 1. What is meant by linear function? Linear function is nothing but ax plus b, where a and b's are constant. So if I am taking x plus 1 here, then this is my linear function. And let us see graph for this, how it works. See, if I have function of y x plus 1 here, my y is x plus 1, value of y is x plus 1, then if I am substituting 1 in place of x, I will get y in the form of 2. you can see here is my 1 and here is my 2. You can see this point of intersection. Are you getting my point? So this is point of intersection. So it means I have value of x is 1 here, then at the same time I will get y in the form of 2 only. So as like this you can make any kind of graph on graph paper, and this is your linear function. Okay, let us check with different values. Any different kind of example. Again we are going to discuss on linear function here. Suppose y equal to twice x plus 1. It's like a magic. You can play as a game. See how it works. See, 0 is away here from our line. You can see the graphical structure of linear function. It is again in the form of straight line only. Okay, so what is domain here? Set of real numbers. What is range here? Again set of real numbers. Means जो भी range अप टू इन्फिनिटी अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन जाता है तो उसका जो रेंज है वो इन्फिनिटी हम लिख सकते हैं. सो दिस इज आवर नेक्स्ट फंक्शन. एनी काइंड ऑफ क्वाड्रेटिक फंक्शन you can take here. So let us see quadratic function. Any kind of example of quadratic function. So see quadratic function y equal x square plus 2x plus 1. See, if you have any kind of quadratic function, then you will get its graph like parabola only, and it is symmetric about y-axis. Is it symmetric? Isn't. It's quite different. It is not exact symmetric as like square function. So you can see the structure of graph of quadratic function. Its parabola is again opening towards upward direction. Okay. Now let us see with square root function. If my y is equal to square root of any function, suppose square root of x, see the graphical structure of this. It looks like this. This is the graphical structure of square root function on xy plane. If you have xy plane, how it works, you can see the values 0.1, 0.01, 0.001. How it works as like this. You can create your square root function. Now what is domain for this? See, you can see for negatives we know that square always be positive, so we can't take negative values for square function, and that is the reason you can see your graph which is starting from 0. So under domain you have to take first value should be 0, so your domain is with value closed bracket 0 comma plus infinity. And what is range here? Same as like domain, you can write range in the form of 0 to infinity. 0 is included here because your x should be positive, and it is in the form of square root, so it should be positive. Okay, now let us see cube root function again. Cube root function, let us check what is. If you have cube root function, then what is the structure of graph for this? Y equal see if I have cube root as like this. See, this is my function in the form of cube root of x. So see its structure of graph. It moves rightward and leftward direction up to infinity. So domain is set of real number and range is again set of real number. So actual practical part of this chapter is this one, how to works your functions on graph. Okay, so this is main part of your chapter. This is heart of your chapter and very important part. See, this is your graphical representation of cube root function. If you have any cube root of x. Okay, let us see different kind of function. Next function will be rational function. See, if y equal okay x 1 over x, let us check with 1 over x. See, if I have this kind of rational function, so its graph you can see the structure of graph here. It is away from origin. Okay, because if I want to take denominator with 0, then 1 over 0 is nothing but not defined. That is the reason its graph you can take with negative values, with positive values, but you can't take 0 when your x is your denominator for this function. Your function is here y equal to 1 over x. You can check with any kind of rational function, graph for any kind of rational function, and due to this reason जो रीजन है इसका, तो उसमें डोमेन जो है वो क्या आएगा. सो व्हाट इज डोमेन हियर? एनी गेसेस? set of real number excluding 0. So r minus 0 is nothing but your domain for this rational function, and r minus 0 is again your range for this rational function. Now let us see with a new function which is known as exponential function, which is very new for you. Let us check what is the exact meaning of exponential function. See, if I have any kind of e with x, see the graphical structure of exponential function, y equal to e raised to x. Okay, y equal to e raised to x. For y equal to e raised to x, your graph looks like this. This is the graphical structure when you are moving towards real numbers with negative values, then its range or its domains. What is domain for this and what is range for this? You can see the domain is set of real number and range is, see what is range here? It is open bracket 0 to infinity. Your y moving towards infinity and your x away from 0. So it's open bracket with 0 to infinity here. This is the structure of graph for your exponential function, and how it looks, y equal to e raised to x. Now see, I told you there are two different types of exponential functions. Another exponential function you have to write with your a raised to x. So let us check with a raised to x. If I have any kind of exponential function, suppose I have 3 raised to x. Okay, suppose I have, okay, let us check with 2 raised to x or 2 raised to minus x. 2 raised to x. See the graph you can see for 2 raised to x. This is the graphical structure of 2 raised to x. It is like e raised to x only. But if you want to take value with negative sign, let us add one another exponential function with 2 raised to minus x. 2 raised to minus x. See, in your textbook they have been given graph as like this, and this is the exact point of intersection. Both are meeting at 1 here. So 1 is your point of intersection for this graph. So you can check this is for different values, 3 raised to x, 3 raised to minus x, and so on. So what is range here? Range is nothing but it is again away from 0. So it is open bracket 0 up to infinity. It is moving upwards up to infinity, and its domain is set of real number because whole values of x you can take here. See, if I am doing this as like this, then you can see the difference between graph. It is away from x-axis. It is not exactly on x-axis, isn't it? You can see clearly. Zoom in, zoom out. From zoom in, zoom out, you can see clearly how it looks. So this is the graphical structure of exponential function. You can make with your own basis. Now logarithmic function. I told you logarithmic function. What is mean by logarithmic function? So see the structure of graph of logarithmic function. So logarithmic function is nothing but y equal to log of x log of x c. This is the graphical structure of logarithmic function. In your textbook you can see as like this. This is not exactly on y-axis, it is away from y-axis. You can see when I am zoom out. Can you see this? Yes, this is the graphical structure of exponential or logarithmic function. It is not exactly on y-axis. It is quite away from y-axis, as like this. See. So this is nothing but magic of graph. And again in your syllabus there are two more graphs, 2 or 3 more graphs, which are again very important for your syllabus. So let us discuss on that. Okay, open your textbook page number 123 for that graphs, and name of the function is signum function. See, signum function. How to write signum function? Let us see. Okay, let us see greatest integer function. First of all, greatest integer function see, this is the symbol to write greatest integer. It's like square bracket, but exactly not. And I want a value in the form of variable, so I can take any x here. See, in your textbook you can see the graphical structure of greatest integer function like steps. So what is exact meaning of this? So if you have any kind of decimal number, you have to take nearby whole number for that particular number. Suppose if you have any number 0.5, so you have to plot 1 or 0 for this value. Okay, this is your greatest integer function. Now see modulus function or absolute value function. Modulus function. What is meant by modulus function? If I have y in the form of mod means bar, 2 bars. My value is enclosed in bars here. Mod x. See, it is the graphical structure of modulus function. Graph of f of x equal to mod x is union of line y equal to x from quadrant 1 with the line y equal to minus x. See, this is the union between two lines, and it covers two quadrants, quadrant 1 and quadrant 2, and again its graph is symmetric about y-axis. You can see the graph is symmetric about y-axis because see the values. Let us check with scale 1 1. Okay. See, if I have 1 on x-axis, then I can take this 1 here. If I have 2, then I can take 2, isn't it? Now for minus 1 it looks like 1, for minus 2 it looks like 2. So you can see the graphical structure of modulus function. Modulus function means what? This one, mod x. And what is domain for this? Domain for this is set of real number, and range is nothing but 0 to infinity. 0 is enclosed with square bracket because 0 is included here. 0 to infinity, upward direction, and it is symmetric about y-axis. Okay, let us check with last signum function. See the graphical structure of signum function. Here 1 and minus 1 are excluded. What is meant by signum function? From your textbook you can see if your f of x is negative, 0 and positive, means x is less than 0, x is equal to 0 and x is greater than 0, then its structure is as like this. See, here my 0 is included because here x equal to 0. When my x is less than 0, then I want these values. Which one? These. My x is less than 0. If my x is less than 0, then I have these values. And if my x is greater than 0, then I have to take these values. And this function is known as signum function. And the domain for this is again set of real number. You can take any value from real number. And the range for this particular is, okay, range is given here. Range for this is this one, this 0 and this minus 1. These are your range here. Thank you, students. Now we are going to discuss on next practical in the next session, which is known as derivatives. Do practice. Okay, thank you, students.